Update: as of 8 p.m. Thursday, all lanes of northbound I-35 west at Northside Drive have been reopened. Fort Worth, CBS-DFW. A pileup involving more than 130 vehicles along Interstate 35W in Fort Worth shut down the highway Thursday and left multiple people trapped in their vehicles. During an update Thursday afternoon, officials in Fort Worth confirmed at least 6 people, who have not been publicly identified, were killed in the crash. Driver able to pull over after being struck in I-35 West. Pileup pulled one person to safety, couldn't save other. Credit, Chopper 11. Officials said at least 36 people were transported to hospitals and that a total of 65 people sought medical attention from the crash. The pileup that involved a total of 133 vehicles, according to officials, happened around 6:30 a.m. after freezing rain and sleet fell overnight and into the morning, leaving roadways across North Texas wet and slick. North Tarrant Express, which covers the area of the crash, told CBS 11 News they pre-treated the road on Tuesday. All lanes of the interstate, starting near the 28th Street Bridge, not far from downtown, were closed because of the accident that police say was due to weather. Download the CBS 11 app for the latest breaking local news. Pictures and video from CBS 11 News crews at the scene show dozens of vehicles and dozens of 18-wheelers, some hauling cars and trucks, smashed, toppled over and stacked on top of each other. First responders called the crash a mass casualty incident. Rescuers had difficulty reaching some victims because of the pileup and the blocked roadway. First responders actually had difficulty getting to the vehicles, Fort Worth Fire spokesperson Mike Drivdahl said earlier in the morning. As they were making their way on the freeway to get to those vehicles, it is very slippery. We did have to get quite a bit of sand out here. We did everything we could to get as much traction as possible. Credit, Jason McLaughlin, CBS 11 News. Multiple ambulances were dispatched to the scene. Officials with MedStar Mobile Healthcare confirmed 14 ambulances were used to transport the 36 people to area hospitals. The seriously injured were transported to trauma centers. More news: man who killed himself outside Congresswoman Beth Van Dyne's home was former campaign spokesperson. During the afternoon update, Matt Zavadsky of MedStar said all the patients were adults, possibly due to the time of day. All of the victims we assessed on scene were adults. One of the things that was fortunate was the time of day. People typically were commuting to work, and thankfully all the people assessed, treated, transported, there were no pediatric patients at all, Zavadsky said. Police said 4 officers, 3 on their way to work and 1 working the incident, were injured in the pileup. They were treated and released, according to Chief Neil Noakes.